As we go into the world as advanced practice nurses, I'm sure most of us have more questions than answers. Questions like, will we get a job and pay off our student loans? Will our country ever agree on how health care should be reformed? Will we ever be reimbursed more than 85% for our services? Will we ever go with the fear that every medicine we prescribe is going to kill someone? In our profession as nurses, we've learned the value of a question. We are the teachers and the listeners. We are the ones who teach over and over and over because we know maybe one day we'll make it through and make a difference. That being said, I have learned a few pearls of wisdom throughout my career as a nurse and as a student I thought I could share with you. For the non-medical people in the audience, yes, we know medical terms are way longer and way more complicated than they need to be. And yes, we do it to make ourselves seem smarter. That being said, if I could clear up a few terms for you. A fibula is not a small lie. A seizure is not a Roman emperor. To dilate doesn't mean you've lived too long. Barium is not what we do with patients when they die. Artery is not the study of paintings. And finally, when your practitioner asks you if you're impotent, they don't want to know if you're distinguished and well-known. For our wonderful professors who have guided us through with smiles and a couple threats, I thought I'd answer questions I knew were on your mind as well. First, yes, we have it solidified in our brains what percentage of our diagnosis comes from history. Secondly, I promise we now know Wikipedia is not evidence-based. And finally, in answer to the question I know it's on all of your minds, no, we will not hold those grades you gave us on our soap notes against you if you come into our office as a patient. And for my fellow graduates, I have a couple words of wisdom for you as well. Yes, it is totally normal at the end of a long day to feel like the only difference between you and your last psych patient was that they were properly medicated. Secondly, and this one's important, you thought your friends and family came up to you for medical advice as a nurse? Just wait till you become a practitioner. And now they think you can prescribe them medicine. You may have to change your phone numbers. And finally, when you're unsure of a diagnosis, just ask your patient. I guarantee you they have been Googling their symptoms for hours before coming to see you. They probably have a way longer list of differentials. Now I know what you all are thinking. How can one such as myself accumulate such a vast expanse of knowledge in just several $1,000s in education and several years experience? But it's a gift. I do have one more thing I'd like to say. You all are an amazing group of nurses. You are going to tackle that advanced practice role with energy and enthusiasm and compassion, and you are going to be great at it. And in the words of Lord Byron, always laugh when you can. It's cheap medicine.